What if I told you that breaking the 90-minute barrier in a half marathon isn't reserved for elite athletes? What if the secret isn't just about running more miles, but about training smarter? You're about to discover the exact strategies that separate casual runners from those who cross the finish line in under an hour and 30 minutes. The last strategy is going to completely change how you think about race day preparation. But before we dive in, do me a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button and smash the like button because you're going to want to remember every single detail I'm about to share with you. And hey, drop a comment below telling me what your current half marathon PR is. I want to know where you're starting from. Let's get into this. Welcome to a journey that's going to transform your running forever. Over the next few minutes, you're going to learn the science-backed methods that world-class coaches use to turn good runners into exceptional ones. Prepare to discover why everything you thought you knew about half-marathon training might be holding you back from your true potential. This isn't just another generic training video. This is the blueprint that's helped hundreds of runners shatter their personal records. Before we go any further, I need to know something. Comment down below right now and tell me what city or country you're watching from. I love seeing our global running community come together. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click that button so you never miss the strategies that could take your running to the next level. Let's talk about the foundation that makes sub 90 possible. The first thing you need to understand is that running a half marathon in under 90 minutes requires you to maintain a pace of approximately 6 minutes and 50 seconds per mile, or about 4 minutes and 15 seconds per kilometer. That's fast. Really fast. But here's what most runners get wrong from the very beginning. They think the path to this goal is simply running more and more miles every week until their body adapts. That's partially true, but it's missing the critical component that makes the difference between someone who runs 95 minutes and someone who breaks 90. Make sure you stay with me because I'm about to break down exactly what that component is, and it's not what you think. The secret starts with your weekly mileage base. To even consider attempting a sub-90 half marathon, you need to be consistently running between 40 to 60 miles per week. Notice I said consistently. This isn't about cramming in high mileage for a few weeks before race day. This is about building a foundation over months where your body becomes efficient at processing oxygen, clearing lactate, and maintaining form under fatigue. Your easy runs need to be truly easy, around 70 to 75% of your maximum heart rate. This is where most ambitious runners sabotage themselves. They run their easy days too hard because they feel like they're not working hard enough. But here's the truth. Those easy miles are building your aerobic base, strengthening your tendons and ligaments, and teaching your body to burn fat as fuel. Without this foundation, the specific workouts we're about to discuss won't deliver the results you're looking for. Now let's talk about the game changer, speed work. This is where the magic happens, and this is what separates the sub-90 runner from everyone else. You need two specific types of speed sessions in your weekly training plan. First, tempo runs. These are sustained efforts at your lactate threshold pace, which for a sub-90 half marathoner is roughly your 10K race pace, or about 15 to 20 seconds per mile slower than your half marathon goal pace. You want to do tempo runs of 20 to 40 minutes once a week. The purpose here is to teach your body to clear lactate efficiently and to feel comfortable being uncomfortable. Your muscles learn to work at a high intensity without accumulating the fatigue that forces you to slow down. But here's the critical detail that most training plans leave out. Your tempo runs should gradually increase in duration as you get closer to race day. Start with 20 minutes and build to 40 minutes over an 8 to 12 week training cycle. This progressive overload is what creates the adaptation you need. Comment below right now and tell me, have you been incorporating tempo runs into your training? I want to know if you're already doing this or if this is new information for you. The second type of speed work you absolutely must include is interval training. This is where you push your VO2 max and train your body to run at paces faster than race pace. Here's a workout that will transform your speed. Try 6 to 8 repeats of 800 meters at your 5K race pace, with 90 seconds of recovery between each interval. Or mix it up with 4 to 5 repeats of 1600 meters at your 10K pace, with 2 to 3 minutes of rest. The key principle here is specificity. You're teaching your neuromuscular system to fire efficiently at fast speeds. You're expanding your cardiovascular capacity. You're building mental toughness because when race day comes and you're at mile 10 feeling fatigued, your brain has a reference point that says, "I've been here before in training. I can handle this." These interval sessions should happen once a week, and they should be treated with the same respect as your long run. They're not optional if you want to break 90 minutes. What are you thinking so far? Drop a comment and let me know if this is making sense or if you have questions. I read every single one. Now let's address the third pillar, and this is where a lot of runners completely miss the mark. Your long run strategy. For a sub-90 half marathon, your long runs should peak at about 13 to 15 miles. But it's not just about the distance, it's about how you run those miles. Every third or fourth long run should include what's called marathon pace segments, or race pace efforts. Here's what that looks like in practice. Run the first 5 to 6 miles at your easy conversational pace, then run the next 6 to 8 miles at your goal half marathon pace, and finish with 1 to 2 miles easy to cool down. This teaches your body to run fast on tired legs. It simulates race day conditions. It builds the specific endurance you need to maintain 650 per mile when every muscle in your body is screaming at you to slow down. This isn't just physical training. This is psychological armor. You're proving to yourself during training that you can hold pace when it gets hard. That confidence is worth its weight in gold on race day. Now think about this for a second. How many times have you started a race feeling great only to fall apart in the final miles? That's not a coincidence. That's a lack of specific endurance training. The runners who finish strong are the ones who've done the work we're talking about right now. They've put in the tempo runs, the intervals, and the race pace long runs. They've built a machine that can sustain speed for 13.1 miles. But here's something that might surprise you. All of this running is only about 70% of the equation. Comment right now and tell me what you think the other 30% is. I'm curious if you can guess what I'm about to reveal next. And if you're getting value from this video, show some love by hitting that like button. It helps more runners like you discover this content. Let's talk about what happens outside of your running workouts. Recovery is not passive. It's an active part of your training that requires just as much attention as your hard workouts. Sleep is the #1 recovery tool you have access to. If you're not getting 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night, you're leaving massive performance gains on the table. During sleep, your body releases growth hormone, repairs muscle tissue, consolidates motor learning from your workouts, and restores glycogen stores. Skimp on sleep, and your hard training becomes significantly less effective. But recovery goes beyond sleep. You need to be doing active recovery work. Foam rolling, dynamic stretching, yoga, easy cross-training like cycling or swimming. These activities increase blood flow to your muscles, help clear metabolic waste, maintain mobility, and reduce injury risk. I recommend at least 2 dedicated recovery sessions per week, where you're not running, but you're actively taking care of your body. Nutrition is the other massive piece of this puzzle that runners constantly underestimate. To train at the volume and intensity required for a sub-90 half marathon, you need to fuel appropriately. Carbohydrates are your primary fuel source. You should be consuming about 5 to 7 grams of carbohydrates per kilogram of body weight per day during heavy training periods. That's not a suggestion. That's a requirement if you want your body to have the energy to complete hard workouts and recover properly. Protein is equally critical for muscle repair and adaptation. Aim for about 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. And don't neglect healthy fats and micronutrients from whole food sources. Your nutrition should support your training, not undermine it. Here's a question I want you to really consider. Are you eating to perform, or are you just eating? There's a massive difference. Drop your answer in the comments because this is a reality check moment for a lot of runners. Let me give you a specific example of how this all comes together in a weekly training schedule. Monday could be an easy recovery run of 6 to 8 miles at a comfortable pace. Tuesday is your interval session, something like 6 times 800 meters at 5K pace with 90 seconds rest, including a proper warm-up and cool down. Wednesday is another easy run of 6 to 8 miles, focusing on form and recovery. Thursday is your tempo run day, starting with 2 miles easy, then 5 to 6 miles at tempo pace, finishing with 1 mile easy cool down. Friday is either a rest day or a very easy 4 to 5 mile shakeout run. Saturday could be an easy 6 to 8 miles or cross training. Sunday is your long run, 12 to 15 miles with race pace segments built in, as we discussed earlier. This structure gives you the perfect balance of stress and recovery, speed and endurance, intensity and volume. It's not random. Every single run has a purpose. Every workout builds on the previous one. This is how you systematically improve week after week. But let's get real for a moment. All the training in the world won't matter if you mess up race day execution. Your race day strategy is absolutely critical. First, pacing discipline. You cannot go out too fast. I repeat, you cannot go out too fast. The adrenaline on race day will make your goal pace feel ridiculously easy for the first few miles. You'll be tempted to bank time. This is a trap. Going out even 10 to 15 seconds per mile faster than goal pace will cause you to crash hard in the second half of the race. The runners who break 90 minutes are the ones who run even splits or negative splits. That means your second half is the same speed or faster than your first half. Trust your training and stick to your pace. The first 5 miles should feel controlled and sustainable. Miles 6 through 10 should feel challenging but manageable. Miles 11 through 13 is where you dig deep and prove what you're made of. Your fueling strategy during the race matters too. Even though a half marathon is shorter than a full marathon, if you're running for 90 minutes, you need to take in some carbohydrates during the race. Plan to consume about 30 to 60 grams of carbohydrates per hour. This could be through gels, sports drinks, or chews. Practice your race day nutrition during your long training runs, so there are absolutely no surprises. Nothing new on race day. That's the golden rule. Use what you've tested. Drink at the same intervals you practiced. Your body will thank you when you're maintaining pace at mile 12 while others are struggling. Mental preparation is the final ingredient that ties everything together. Breaking 90 minutes is as much a mental challenge as it is a physical one. You need to develop mental strategies for when the pain comes, and trust me, it will come. Visualization is incredibly powerful. Spend time in the weeks leading up to your race visualizing yourself running strong, maintaining pace, handling difficult moments, and crossing the finish line under 90 minutes. See it, feel it, believe it. When race day arrives, you'll have a mental blueprint already in place. Positive self-talk is another critical tool. The conversation you have with yourself during the race will either lift you up or tear you down. Prepare empowering phrases in advance. Things like, I am strong, I trained for this, I trust my body, this pace is mine. When negative thoughts creep in, and they will, you have positive ammunition ready to fire back. Now, here's something I want you to really think about. What's your why? Why do you want to break 90 minutes in a half marathon? Is it to prove something to yourself? Is it to qualify for a bigger race? Is it simply the challenge of pushing your limits? Your why needs to be strong enough to pull you through the moments when quitting feels easier than continuing. Write down your why. Put it somewhere you'll see it every day during your training. Let it fuel your discipline when motivation fades. Because motivation is fleeting, but purpose is enduring. Comment below right now and share your why with this community. What's driving you to chase this goal? I'd love to hear your story, and I promise reading your comments inspires me to keep creating content like this for you. Let's talk about one more often overlooked factor: race selection. Not all half marathons are created equal. If you're serious about breaking 90 minutes, you need to choose your race wisely. Look for courses that are certified, flat or with minimal elevation change, and known for fast times. Check the weather patterns for the race date and location. Ideal racing conditions are temperatures between 45 and 60 degrees Fahrenheit with low humidity and minimal wind. A hot, humid, or windy day can add several minutes to your finish time regardless of your fitness level. Also consider the race size and organization. Larger, well-organized races typically have better pacing groups, more consistent aid stations, and flatter, faster courses. Do your homework, read race reviews, talk to runners who've done the race before. This strategic race selection can be the difference between 91 minutes and 89 minutes. Injury prevention deserves serious attention because nothing derails a training cycle faster than getting hurt. The volume and intensity required to run sub-90 puts significant stress on your body. You need to be proactive, not reactive. Strength training twice a week focusing on your core, glutes, hips, and legs will build resilience and prevent the compensation patterns that lead to injury. Single leg exercises like Bulgarian split squats, single leg deadlifts, and step-ups address muscular imbalances. Planks, side planks, and anti-rotation exercises build core stability that protects your spine and improves running efficiency. Don't skip this work. It's not optional. Listen to your body and know the difference between normal training discomfort and pain that signals something is wrong. If something doesn't feel right, back off. It's better to miss a few days of training than to push through and end up sidelined for weeks or months. Here's a truth bomb that some runners don't want to hear. Breaking 90 minutes in a half marathon might take you more than one training cycle. If you're currently running half marathons in 2 hours, trying to drop 30 minutes in one cycle is probably unrealistic and could lead to injury or burnout. Progress is rarely linear. You might need to set intermediate goals. Maybe your first cycle targets 1 hour 50 minutes. The next cycle aims for 1 hour 40 minutes. Then finally, you're ready to attack that 90-minute barrier with the fitness and experience to make it happen. This is not a failure of your plan or your ability. This is smart, sustainable progression that builds a runner who stays healthy and continues improving over years, not just weeks. Be patient with yourself. Trust the process. The goal will be there when you're ready. So where does all of this leave us? You now have the complete framework for training to run a half marathon in under 90 minutes. You understand the importance of building a solid mileage base with consistent, easy running. You know that tempo runs and interval training are non-negotiable for developing the speed and lactate threshold necessary to maintain race pace. You've learned how to structure your long runs with race pace efforts to build specific endurance. You recognize that recovery through sleep, nutrition, and active recovery work is just as important as the hard training. You have a race day execution strategy that emphasizes pacing discipline and mental preparation. You understand the value of choosing the right race and preventing injury through strength training and listening to your body. Most importantly, you know your why and you're ready to commit to the journey. This goal is absolutely achievable if you're willing to put in the consistent, focused work over several months. It will be challenging. There will be days when you don't want to do the workout. There will be moments during the race when you question whether you can hold the pace. But that's exactly when your training, your preparation, and your purpose will carry you forward. You're not just chasing a number on a clock. You're becoming a stronger, more disciplined, more capable version of yourself. And that transformation is worth every single mile. Before you go, I want you to do something right now. First, leave a comment below telling me what your biggest takeaway from this video was. What's the one thing you're going to implement immediately in your training? Second, if this video helped you, smash that like button so more runners can discover this information. Third, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I'm releasing more content just like this to help you reach your running goals. And finally, I've got another video queued up for you that dives deep into the mental strategies elite marathoners use to push through pain barriers. Click on the video on your screen right now and continue this journey with me. Your sub-90 half marathon is waiting for you. Now get out there and chase it down. I'll see you in the next one.